Today we're gonna be ranking every single operator skill inside of Codm. The way I'm gonna be ranking these is just basically on how good they are. First off, we have the Equalizer. The Equalizer is easily an S tier operator skill, the reason being that it is very strong with a high fire rate and it's really easy to use. Next we have the Death Machine. This is also another S tier operator skill because that it is easy to use and it is very effective. Next we have the Havoc. For this one I think it's D because it is very useless and I don't really see anyone using it. For one thing, it only used to cancel score streaks, grenades and other stuff, and for me that is really not effective or useful. Next we have the Tag Deploy. For this one it is a C tier because it is only useful for spawning your teammates near it, and it is I think only used for a hard point because it is only useful there, and for other scenarios it is very unlikely your teammate or your enemy will use it. K9 unit, it's toxic. Get a life, man. If you're using a K9 unit, you're a noob. You can't kill an enemy without using an NPC to do it, and it's very rage baiting for someone to kill you with a K9 unit. Like imagine like you're just getting a streak and then suddenly you just got killed by a dog. Next we have the Control Field. This one is a B tier. It is only useful for domination and hardpoint, well, mostly domination. It is used for capturing the points, the areas that you need to capture. It is used also for healing your allies and yourself, but other than that it's a waste of your space. Misdirection is a S tier, a low S tier. It is really just used for building speed and stealth. It is really common for matching the misdirection device with the shotgun, especially the KRM in green servers. I see that really often in shipment. It is really overpowered, and in right hands it's gonna dominate, bro. Ammunition box, D tier. It is useless. If you want more ammo, just use the Vulture perk. It is a waste of your operator skill. You can practically just use a death machine. Why would you use it for just more ammunition? Reactor core. This is also another B tier. I guess I'll just put it above the Control Field. It is used for hardpoint mostly. It makes a ring or heat around you, but it also drains your HP. Even though it's really effective, but I don't really see it used as much as I thought it would. But yeah, it has potential. Shadow Blade. This is another toxic one. Gonna put it above the K9 unit. So if you have been playing Codm, you'll 99% know what I'm talking about, why this is toxic. It is so fast, it is so effective, too effective, it is so broken. You on hardly aim, you are so dead if you see this. Like if you manage to kill this in like the first sighting of it in a match, you're goated, bro. Tag 5. This is another team operator skill. I'm gonna put it in a C tier just because it is really useful for clutching your teammates. So if you don't know, Tag 5 is used for extending the HP of your teammates. It is really useful for like intense matches where the other team is using really overpowered guns, but I don't really see it used very often. Kinetic armor. This is an A tier. The kinetic armor is mostly used for nuke streaks It is like an opera skill that gives you a plate of armor that deflects bullets before it breaks, but other than that, it is mostly just an empty slot. Sparrow. This is another A tier. The Sparrow is really easy to use. It uses an arrow projectile to kill off your enemies with an explosion. It is one of the early opera skills in the game, and ever since its release, it has always been really decent. Hive. This one is another toxic weapon or opera skill. I'm gonna put it below the K9 unit. The Hive shoots out bees. Yeah, literally bees. If you step on the bees, you're gonna die. Basically gonna die. And if you want to remove the bees, it's gonna take up another entire magazine of your gun. Tempest. This is another A tier besides the Sparrow. It is a gun or an opera skill that shoots out electric shock waves that if touched you, it's gonna hurt and you'll die. Basically you'll die. What am I saying? You're gonna die. Of course you're gonna die. What the heck? The Tempest is really used for crowd control because of its AoE damage range, and overall it's a really easy gun to use even on hipfire. Also you can ADS on it, but not recommended. Gravity Vortex. This is another toxic gun or operator skill. I'm gonna put it at the top of the toxic tier, even above the Shadow Blade. This operator skill shoots out black holes that suck you in. It's really useful for hardpoint and rage bait. It has no place being here. War Machine. This is one of the few operator skills that needs skill to be used, because if you do not have skill over it, you are gonna die, because the explosive that this thing shoots are gonna kill you if you do not use it wisely. I'm gonna put it in higher A tier, like above the Sparrow, because if this thing is mastered, it can dominate lobbies. In hardpoint, it's a monster. Next we have the Purifier. This is the very first operator skill you unlock in Call of Duty Mobile, and for me personally it is mid. I'm gonna put it like in the middle of B tier, just above the control field. It is good, but most people now have a Dauntless class, and anyone with Dauntless is basically immune to the Purifier. Claw. This is an S tier. I'm gonna put it below the Equalizer. The Claw is really easy to use. The projectiles bounce off walls, and it's really useful for hardpoint and crowd control. Ballistic Shield. This is another toxic operator skill. I'm gonna put it right in the very bottom. The Ballistic Shield is a riot shield that enables you to have protection while still being able to shoot your gun. It is really unfair because you cannot actually shoot the guy who's using the Ballistic Shield, but the Ballistic Shield can still shoot you. Bull Charge. This is a D tier. Like, there's no reason for you to use the Bull Charge. Like, I understand that you can like run like Sonic the Hedgehog or something with this, but aside from that, it's useless. Like, you can get the kill, but like with other operators who can't get the kill, it's unviable. Transform Shield. It's another D tier. It's so useless. It is really not good. It doesn't have a use. Even in hardpoint, where this is really most usually used, it is easily countered by spamming MG42s. Ballista. This is another toxic opera skill. I'm gonna put it in the top. It outmatched the gravity vortex gun. It is so annoying to match against this. It can spray through walls. It is basically a laser. You just suddenly die. There's like nothing to it. You just die. Gravity spikes. This is a C tier. Like, the charge time is really fast, and when it's used it is really annoying, but after the one usage it has, it goes back to reloading or recharging, whatever you're gonna call it, and that is why it is C tier. Also, I don't really see a lot of people using it much now. The last gun in our list is the Annihilator. This is S tier. It is one of those guns that needs skill to be used, but if you master this thing, you will shred lobbies, and also it's really satisfying to use. Thank you for watching today's video. Let me know your thoughts about the rankings down in the comments, and I'll see you next time.